All right, so now let's talk a little bit about the midterm project, what we're actually going to be doing in this month and months following. So this is a 3-month project, 3 specific courses that you will be covering, building your level, your Scraps level, and implementing that into Unity. So let's break down what those courses are. All right, so first up is this course, Project and Portfolio 2. So your overall end goal for this class, the portfolio piece of the course, is going to be your level design map. The map that you're going to bring with you into the level design class and actually build this design. So during this month, we're actually coming up with what the design actually is, focusing on what the mechanics are that you're going to build. What is your player's goal? What is the point of playing through your level, right? Focusing on the overall flow and player progression from area to area, making sure we don't have big empty spaces without any gameplay or just uninteresting interactions. We want to make sure that we can showcase the design skills. Also during this time, while you're working on your creative assignments, we'll be getting practice with Perforce, understanding the basics and basics with Perforce and Unity, working with those 2 pieces of software together, so you will actually be successful in creating this map in level design. That being said, going into the level design course, you will actually be implementing your design into Unity. So in this class, Project and Portfolio 2, this is where the bulk of the design decisions happen. Once you get into level design, you're just implementing the design that you've already created. And yes, problems might come up and issues might arise that you need to adjust your design or improve the design or add something or take something away. But the bulk happens this month, so we can prepare for if those situations come up and then quickly adjust in level design. So during level design, you're focusing just on building the functionality of your mechanics, blocking out the overall level, and starting to include some player communication and gameplay feedback. So by the end of this month, you'll have a first playable to where a player should be able to sit down and play through the whole experience. There's no textures and materials and sound effects and all the bells and whistles just yet, but it's a fully functioning experience. And most importantly, it's communicated to the player where to go and what to do. Then lastly, in Project and Portfolio 3, you're going to start to add some of that polish, that visual polish. And at this point, I'll mention that in Project and Portfolio 2 and Level Design, this class is 100% individual. You'll be creating your own individual maps, your own individual levels, building your own mechanics. But then in Project and Portfolio 3, you take your individual spaces and your individual areas and connect them together with a team to make a cohesive experience where you'll never be able to tell where one area ends and the next begins. So during this month, we're focusing on player communication, the overall cohesiveness of the level, and not just the aesthetics, but the mechanics as well, making sure mechanics are consistent from area to area, and that there is IPM, the concept of introduce, practice, and master, which we're going to get to this month throughout the entire level, as well as the seamless transitions, so you can't ever see out of world or you don't clearly know where one area ends and the next begins. And then, of course, lastly, add some of those visuals and aesthetics. None of that's important, though, until the gameplay is actually fun. So get to the point where you're excited and happy with the level, and then you can add in the visual touches at the very end to make it presentable. All right, so that gives you the big picture of the overall project. And why I like to go about this is so you can understand and plan for that from beginning to finish. So when we talk about transitions in your level, you understand that this eventually will be connected to other students or other areas, and you want to have those transitions designed. And that's just one example.